Welcome to the freaking weekend podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Jackie Lucas. Thanks for joining us. Hey, I was thinking about it. Jeff, he talks too much. So I fired him. No, I'm just kidding. Jeff had a conflict this week, so he is not going to be joining me on the podcast. But we did want to say that we appreciate everybody's comments, positive feedback, and everything. And we encourage you to subscribe to us, the freaking weekend podcast. You can do that on YouTube, Amazon Music, Spotify, and iTunes. But you know what we say? The show must go on. So I have a treat for us this weekend, a mystery guest, to say the least. I'm going to change the view right now so you could see maybe who I'm talking about, but the suspense is killing me. So hold on, everybody. Hey, Harry. All right. This is our mystery guest co-host for this weekend. Hi. How's it going? All right. So the funny thing about this is that I know who it is because I had to find this person, but mystery guest co-host, do you want to give our listeners and people watching some clues as to who maybe you might be?
I love sports, except when the Jets are playing.
All right, he loves sports, except when the Jets are playing. What else?
I love music, especially when the men paint their faces.
Oh my gosh. Well, for those just listening and can't see what's happening right now, he does have a Jets mask on?
A conquistador Jets mask.
Oh, a conquistador.
From Mexico.
I love it. All right, last clue before we do the big reveal. I think a lot of people might know who this is, but.
I used to put on makeup every day like Jackie.
You sound like Cookie Monster meets, I don't know who.
Christian Bale from Batman.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I'm like screaming into this microphone right now. All right. So should we do it? Everybody, the big reveal for this weekend's guest co-host. 3, 2, 1. Show yourself.
Oh, it was hot in that thing, man.
Jamie Stewart, everybody. Thanks for joining me.
It's my pleasure. I was waiting. You were talking so much. I was dying in that thing.
Oh, sorry. The suspense was killing everybody. All right. So obviously, Jeff isn't here this weekend. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I was scrambling. I was freaking out because he couldn't do it. And I said, who else has a lot of time on their hands right now? Who else kind of, doesn't have much going on? And
this guy,
this girl, and that guy right there.
Why not, baby? Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. This is the first time I've had a lot of time on my hands in a long time. And I got to say, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying, being with the fam a lot. But yeah, you and I got some time in our hands. So, dust around the house and see what's going on.
We sure do. You would think with the amount of time that I have on my hands that my house would actually be much more cleaner than it is. But I kind of just look around and I'm like, I don't feel like doing that today. Like, ugh.
It's funny. It's like for 20 something
years.
Every day's
a Saturday.
Well, that's true. That's true. I find more excuses to just eat. Right. Mm-hmm. But for 20 something years, I'm working nonstop and late hours. And now for a little while, I'm home more, and you still find a way to get really busy when you're home a lot. You find a zillion things to do. I'm pretty busy, even though I'm not really doing much.
Yeah. I mean, I was home 4 days a week to begin with anyway, but I think for me now, it's just that like to sleep in a little bit, not even sleep in, just wake up at a normal time and then just be there, for the kids. That's like,
What do you mean sleep in though? You have kids
well,
go to
because I
sleep?
used to wake up at like 3 a.m.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So sleeping in is like 6 a.m. now.
Oh, yeah. Sleeping in 6 a.m. Exactly. Well, you got 2 girls, right? Do they love having you around?
So my girl dad.
I love it. So did you talk to them at all? Were you like, daddy's going to be on a podcast? Did they say anything?
I think, they heard you and I talking a little bit. And I had it on speakerphone, which was a mistake because they were like, oh, that girl talks a lot.
Me?
I was like, yeah. I said, try working with her.
You're right.
No, but yeah, I told them, they were like, yeah, cool. But like our kids have like seen us on TV so much, so like they don't even care. They're just like, great, whatever. I'd like to buy this blouse, please. I'd like to buy these shorts, please.
How old are they now?
13 and 10. I have 2 girls,
Wow.
13 and 10, which is crazy. It's cool for all the girl dads out there. It's pretty cool, especially for, a sports guy like me. And everybody always in the beginning was like, oh, don't you want a boy? Or why aren't you going to try for the boy? After your 2 girls. And I'm like, first of all, I tried. I don't know how else to do it. And second of all, I'm great with girls and girls are awesome and they played sports and they keep me on my toes. And we still do some typical, boy stuff like watching wrestling or, fighting each other. But I have no problem having girls is like the best thing.
So Aubrey, the last podcast, when they listened to it, she got very upset with me because I didn't talk about her really. And I told a story about JoJo and a little bit about Lucas as well. So I actually asked them to give tips on how to improve the podcast. So, yeah. And I know that your girls didn't care. I guess that's probably because they're like teenagers basically already, but like my kids are still young. So like, they somewhat think I'm cool. I don't know.
Like 13-year-old girl, like talking to her dad about his work. You cannot get more boring than that.
Well, I mean, right. It's work. I mean, this is just really.
Well, that's true. That's true too.
Anyway. All right. So I wonder, so in honor of Aubrey, 7 years old, these are some tips that she gave and you can react to them. She said, Mommy, bring some funniness to the show.
That's what everybody loves about you.
I thought I was pretty funny the last time, but apparently I wasn't.
It was probably the co-host. I'll bring it out of you.
She said, show pictures of her and show a baby outfit that she used to wear. Aw.
I agree.
She said, I need sparkly eyeshadow and glitter hand cream so that my hands are glittery so she gave me some stuff to put on. We picked everything out. And she said that my hair needs to be straight, not wavy, and that I have to make sure that it's fully brushed. So I'm going to just make sure because I don't want to get in trouble.
I'm Team Aubrey. I agree with Aubrey on all those.
Oh, really? I kind of like the wavy hair, but hey, people can comment. And she said, just bring your story to life.
What? That's what she said?
She said that. And she was very dramatic about it. She said, bring your story to life. So
maybe she'll become a producer in her.
I think so. And then, okay. So, and I'll just do JoJo quick because I'm going to get in trouble. 9 years old. I should crack a joke once in a while. Do you see where this is going?
Everybody loves humor.
Not a knock-knock joke, but a funny one. So a funny one that I should talk about my favorite foods, sports, and how to take care of kids.
Do you know how to do that?
I don't know. It's a struggle every day. I had to take care of kids. And then I should obviously give him a shout out. Yeah, and I should do this twice a week. He said.
Twice a week. Okay.
I'm like, I can't even handle the once a week thing. And then Lucas, final. Oh, you want to go? Okay, go.
No.
All right.
Go ahead,
so Lucas, 5 years old. Tell everybody how I make tacos.
Okay. He
likes how I make tacos. He said that I can also make a joke. But this time he actually gave me a suggestion of what the joke is. Ooh. So here's the joke. Ready?
Yeah. Love it.
Why does a duck have feathers?
Why does a duck have feathers?
To cover his butt quack.
That's a pretty good joke.
Why does a duck have feathers?
I got it the first time.
To cover his butt quack.
I like it. That's a good joke.
That's actually from a movie.
Oh.
That's probably not the best, like most appropriate movie for kids, but it's a very funny movie. Have you ever seen, was it Daddy's Home 2, I think? Have you ever seen Daddy's Home?
The first one I saw, yeah.
Yeah, so it was from I think it was from Daddy's Home 2, but that was his joke suggestion. And then he said, tell everybody how good I am at basketball. Meaning how good I am at basketball.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody know at this point that you were like the
has-been?
No. Jackie and I used to play basketball a lot, or a decent amount of time, because as most people know, Jackie was a star point guard at Dowling.
Wait, is that college doesn't exist anymore?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It's so sad. Like my transcripts at a different college, I think our transcripts are at CW Post. It's like, where'd you go to school? If you Google it, like
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that it's sad too. It was a great school, and it was awesome to, play for them and continue my career that way. We used to play in a parking lot, and Jackie was like, she was like a bulldog, kind of like her personality is now, but she's like a bulldog on the court. Yeah, she was very aggressive, great. You had great handle, and you could shoot. I remember I was going up underneath the basket for like a layup, and Jackie was near me. I'm a little taller than Jackie, and she just boom swiped the ball away from me because I held the ball too low. And I looked at her and I was like, all right, I guess this isn't just a pickup game. Jeez. No, it's not just, it was because it was me and then basically just all guys. Exactly. So I had to make my point known that if I'm playing with you, like I'm going to be pushing you and don't be scared to push me back. And
you're right though, because like as a guy, like if you've got like, 4-on-4 and one of them is a woman, it's kind of like from a guy's perspective. Like I was like, obviously I'm not going to like smash into you, or that was my mentality until you smacked the ball out of my hands. And then I was like, what the heck? All right, let's go.
Some of the guys we used to play with too were older. Like I guess, so this was when I was in my 20s. So because after I got married, had kids, like obviously we haven't done, what did you say?
Like 3 years ago.
Exactly. I still feel like I'm, 24 years
you
old.
were in better shape than all of them, and they were a little older.
Yeah, so they were older, but I remember like whoever I was playing D on, I would just, I'd push them, and one of them would be like, please don't hurt me.
No, you were awesome. You were great.
Oh, stop. Now I get to play. Finally, we have a hoop in our backyard, and, we, play with the kids and stuff. So it's fun, but I'll never let them win.
I was going to ask you that.
No.
Right.
Is that bad?
No, good for you.
Even when we play board games and stuff, I'm just like.
I know. That's interesting, because I think some parents will let their kids win. And I don't know what type of, people watching, what type of parent are you? I feel bad when like I beat my girls in a board game or a real game, because in my head, I'm thinking, I probably should let them win. But then like the competitive part takes over, and I don't want them bragging over me. So I beat them, but then they'll cry and then I'll feel bad.
Yeah. So like, it depends on the board game. Now that JoJo's older, I don't feel, now that they're getting older, I don't feel as bad beating them. So I think I have, when it comes to board games, let them win when they were younger, especially Lucas. He's still little. Candyland, no, it's the luck of the draw, and that's it. You know what I mean? Right. Like you got to get over it, because there's no thought process that goes into that. But any type of sports, right. I think that sometimes even like my husband looks at me and he's like, you just pushed your child.
Right. Like,
I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I have to find the balance of.
Well, I'll tell my wife that sometimes if she beats them in a game, she'll like trash talk to them or talk smack to them. And I'll give her like the look like, really? Like, can we not rub it in their face? Like, we're trying to set the example here, right?
Yeah. That's why I try. Like, I know I'm not bad about Janine. You know, I have much love for Janine. I try to not rub it in their face too much. Maybe I'm lying. I think that might be a lie too.
Well,
I think I just lied
would
to
your
everybody.
husband agree with that?
Yeah. He definitely lets them win a lot more than I.
See, what I'm having an issue with now is because, you know, I have two daughters. The younger one is 10, so she can be sensitive. So I'll let her win. But the older, if we're all playing together, the older daughter will know that I let her win.
Oh yeah, and will she call you out on it?
Yeah, she'll call me out on it, and then I got to keep her quiet. So the younger one doesn't know that I let her win. And it's a whole mental Star Wars, you know, force issue I have going on with a 13-year-old.
So I think, like, especially this day and age, they need to learn how to lose and be a loser sometimes. You know, that's just my opinion, because
I agree with you.
I mean, because
look, everybody's so sick of the whole participation trophy. Everybody.
I hate the participation trophy.
Right? We all do.
I hate the participation trophy. You know what? I feel bad. But even just the last weekend, Jojo was in a wrestling tournament and he didn't get a medal because he lost twice, you know, and you feel bad because you see like some of their friends getting things and whatever. It's like, okay, well then you got to work, you know, we just got to work harder. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
you don't want to have
be
that feeling again. So this is what you need
so
to
this
do.
is what, so we just need to work harder and blah, 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 blah. And but it's hard. It's hard to see your kids.
Yes.
You know, but it's a learning lesson. It's a life lesson, you know?
So you just made me think of something. So, you know, my daughter used to play lacrosse. Now she's just in the track. But as far as teams, which is more individual, but when you're watching JoJo wrestle, what type of parent are you? So are you the screaming parent, which I'm leaning towards yes, or are you the more
what kind of sideline parents, regardless of if it's individual sport or a team sport, do you think that I am?
100% you're screaming, I think. 100%. There's no way you can contain yourself. No chance. And that's my feeling.
Ding, 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 ding. Listen, like I've played sports my whole life. I played college, you know, I played Division II basketball. I'm just a competitive person to begin with. So yes, you will hear me. I'm not how my dad, I feel bad saying this. So when I was playing my basketball games and if I was having a bad game, he would be like, "You're a bum." And
really?
Yes. He would yes. And in the middle of the game when I'm already down and I know that like my shot's not on or like, you know what I mean? And he would sit there and I guess this is old school. He would scream at me and be like, "You're a bum." And then I'd be like, "Be quiet, Dad." Yeah. Like, so I'm not, with my kids, I won't ever say that.
You wouldn't call your son a bum.
Maybe, I mean, afterwards, I'd say, "Listen, you didn't play the best game, you know, blah, 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 blah," but not in the middle. I try to, you know, lift them up and say, "Pick it up," you know, and that kind of stuff. So you see, I'm like traumatized for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of parent are you?
No, I was never like that. I mean, maybe, I don't know, because of watching sports, and I'm very calm, like on the sideline, usually because the guys next to me are screaming at the refs left and right. And I'm not one of those guys that scream at refs. I've done stories on referees, so I know what it's like. So I'm kind of just watching and I'm supportive, but I'm certainly not like your dad with you bum. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the guys who are screaming at their kids or the refs when their kids are like 7 or 8.
I don't scream at the refs and whatever, but like, so if Joe's in a wrestling match and he just needs to kind of like, you know, pull out, like, you know, and like rip the hands off and get up, you know, like I'll be like, "Get up, Joe, Joseph."
Now, do you think he hears you?
Oh, he hears me. Okay, how could you not hear me?
Your voice piercing through.
Yeah. And I like to do this thing, like, especially for him, because he plays tackle football and stuff, to kind of pump him up. I'll be like, whose house? And he's like, my house, whose house? That kind of stuff. It's fun, but it's hard to, more wrestling. It's hard. That's a tough sport to watch as a parent. Woo.
Right. I went to Ward Melville. I wrestled for 1 year. I'm not a wrestler. I like fake wrestling, WWE.
Yeah.
I shouldn't call it fake, but
your mask gave it away, kind of.
I wrestled for 1 season at Ward Melville. I'm tall and lean, so like I'm not your.
How tall are you? Because you keep saying how tall you are. So
when did I keep saying that?
You said before. You said when we played basketball.
Oh, when you played basketball.
I'm about 5'6", 5'7", 5'7" in the books, 5'6". But how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Are you 6'2"? Really?
Yeah.
You're that tall?
Maybe I'm shrinking now, but I don't brag about how
your
tall.
Retirement?
I said it twice. Anyway, the point is, I wrestled for 1 year. It was the most exhausting, grueling practices you could ever imagine. That's why people say wrestlers are in such great shape. Their cardio is insane. I remember going to the locker room and throwing up after practice. I still remember to this day, and I was a pretty skinny kid. One of the things that you did in practice was you had a partner, and they say, all right, go to the wall now. So your partner, get on your other partner's shoulders, and you'll do squats against the wall. And I laughed out loud at the coach because I thought he was joking. And I was like, you're serious? And then he made me do more than anybody. And, me and my toothpick legs, no chance.
Oh, man. Yeah. Ugh.
But wrestlers are awesome. Like, I have total respect for wrestlers. Yeah.
And I will say, shout out to all the wrestlers out there. But like Joe started wrestling, I think when he was 4 or 5. And that really just helped him with his coordination and conditioning in all other sports. So as much as a parent, it's so hard to watch him wrestle because I get nervous with the head and the neck and all that. It definitely has helped him in, different aspects. And then that's the same thing like with golf, like wrestling and golf are completely different. But my point is that
golf,
it's only you, if you do bad,
right.
You can't hide behind your teammates. You know what I mean? Like if you have a bad wrestling match, that falls on you if you don't bring it. If you have a bad game golfing, I know people get you get frustrated with yourself, so I'm not a golfer.
That's why some athletes choose it, because it's all on them. And they, like you said, they don't have to worry if someone else messes up or blah, blah, blah.
Oh, the flip side. Yeah.
All on them. I can control the outcome. When I interviewed a zillion high school athletes, wrestlers, tennis players, they would say, because I like to be the one that's responsible for this, win or lose.
That's interesting. And then you perfect your craft, and you're not relying on other teammates to,
I mean,
that's interesting.
Wrestling still, it's a team in the sense that you're all together. Also, wrestling, I think, just gives kids like a lot of discipline.
Yes.
Like, a lot of discipline and, mapping out your day, and you have to do this. And I think that totally helps them going forward.
Yeah. It's interesting. Do your girls play any sports?
Yeah. Like Gracie used to play lacrosse for a few years. She's track. And so she likes track. She's in a junior high. She's very fast. Although I have to tell you this, I thought she was fast, which she is. But when I watch some of these times of these other girls and boys, it's like they guys are running like 5-minute miles. I mean, that's pretty fast. And Gracie ran like a 7-minute mile and she's 13. And I said, that's pretty good to me. Then I see these other kids, I'm like, holy cow. And then, so it's really funny so Skylar's 10. Skylar loves to cook. She loves to bake. But I said to her, Sky, I feel like we should get you into something athletic just so you can like exercise a little bit, do some activity. I'm not like one of those guys like, let's go. And what do you want to do? I said, what do you want to do? I'm thinking lacrosse or volleyball or soccer. And she says, I want to fence. I want to be a fencer.
Wow.
And I was like, really? I'm like, okay. Immediately I'm trying to find fencing. And I remember doing a story years ago because Ward Melville has a really good fencing team. And long story short, she's been fencing now for about 3 months out in Rocky Point, and she loves it. And she's pretty good at it because she's tall and lean like me. So it's just fun.
I didn't even know that they had fencing.
They do.
Classes.
They have fencing academies. They have fencing meets. They have fencing teams in high school. And not that I'm that dad, but apparently you can get some pretty good fencing scholarships.
Oh, anybody who's listening.
Yeah, a few years from now.
Little Princess fencing. Bride action. Hello, my name is Inigo Vittorio. You killed my father.
And I have something to tell you. What? I'm not left-handed. Dun, dun, dun. I love that movie. So then, of course, what I did was, so she has the sword, the epee, and but she can't bring it home. And so, of course, me being me, I just went on Amazon and I bought like 2 plastic swords. So her and I can like practice in the den.
Do you feel like you're Zorro? Like
I do. But the problem is the swords that I bought, I thought they were plastic, which they are, but they're really heavy and they hurt. And she doesn't care that she hits or hurts me because she thinks I'm daddy, so nothing can hurt me. But I'm pretty sure she bruised my ribs and
pretty sure she punctured your puncture wounds everywhere.
She doesn't care, and she's just lunging, and I'm like, oh my god, that's great, Sky, keep going.
You should wear you should get like a not like a bulletproof vest, but like just some sort of protection.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was going to get violent, but it did.
Oh my God.
It's true. It's totally true. And then like, you know why? Because I know your kids love wrestling, WWE. And I took Sky and Gracie to wrestling when they were a little younger, and Skylar still loves it. So that was our thing. Like we wrestled, and she's just taking that to fencing. And that's what I told her. I said, listen, use your aggressiveness. Now you don't need to bring out like a steel chair to your opponent, but use your aggressiveness here. But she uses it on me mostly.
Oh my gosh. You'd be like, stab him like you used to stab daddy. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
My wife would hear like the noises and like, boom, boom. And I'm like, and she'd be like, what is going on? I'm like, nothing. And this guy was like, nothing, mommy, it's fine.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Fencing is pretty cool. So.
Well, that is awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, this was so much fun catching up. So if Jeff ever doesn't come, back again for a week, will you join me possibly again? Or
I think I think we can do that. I think I could join you.
Do you think you have enough time on your hand? Like you're so busy. We're all so busy.
That is true. Let me think. I got to fit you in between my plastic sword fencing practice, wrestling updates, looking to see NFL free agency, getting made fun of by my daughter, doing Wordle with my daughter, competing. But yeah, I think I can fit you in.
Okay, good. So while I'm just staring at laundry and all the mess around my house, all right, sounds good. All right. So for everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to the Freaking Weekend Podcast. Do you like our name? Do you like the name? No?
It's not bad.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we could change it going forward. You can ask people. It's not bad. I mean, we both have the same, J and J, just FYI, throwing it out there.
I said, if you come back ever.
Oh. Then we'll leave it at that.
All right. I'm Jackie Lucas, Jamie Stewart. It was such a pleasure having you on this weekend. I really appreciate it. Say bye. Sign us off, Jamie.
Wow, geez, this is a big honor. Well, Jackie,
maybe you should wear your mask and sign us off.
Jackie, thank you very much for allowing me to come on your Freaking Weekend Podcast. I just want to say that when I put the mask on, my voice changes. But anyway, it was awesome. Thank you so much, and hopefully we can do it again.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next time.